couple of questions I keep getting on deploying and mounting solar panels. First one is, what's the best way to do it on a budget? And then the second one is, when are you going to show us how you set yours up? So, as you can see behind me, I've got a large array that's currently powering my house. It's made up of 380-watt tail sun panels and then also 390-watt URI peach panels. And this has been running since honestly, since the end of last year. It's been working good so far, but as you can see, this mount is very unorthodox. So typically, you're going to see ground mounts that are quite a bit further off the ground. You're also going to see some are heavy duty arrays, some track, some don't. They're fixed into the ground. A lot of times you'll have concrete footers cementing or holding everything in, if you will. You'll also see large structures that are made out of wood. And as you can see, I kind of did none of that. So for me, it was an extreme budget. Was trying to figure out, do I do something temporary? Do I do something semi-permanent or permanent? Kind of went with the semi-permanent route. Is this going to be my deployment long term? Who knows? But this is how I did it. It is on an extreme budget. I know a lot of my viewers, they're in a similar situation that they have big dreams of things that they want to do, but then when you start adding it up, the prices just go through the roof. And one of those prices is mounting those panels. So I'm going to kind of walk you through what I did. This is all DIY. So maybe it'll give you some ideas. Maybe you'll look at it and say, never do it this way. It's a horrible way. But, either way, your thoughts and opinions are your own. I obviously appreciate all of them, but this is just the way that I did it. So let's begin. So first thing that you're going to notice, and I'm going to zoom in, you've got three separate disconnects. So you've got one there, and then one there. So the first side, which would be the side that's closest to the camera, these three rows, that is powering one inverter and connecting to that disconnect. The middle rows go to another inverter, obviously with its own disconnect, and the same for the far end. So the mounts themselves are eco-worthy. And if you look at this, first thought is, wait a second, how is this actually anchored into the ground? I'm going to show you. So I have a total of four 18-inch spikes going into the ground. And these 18-inch spikes, as you can see, it's on a 45-degree angle. What that does is when the wind is coming across the front, you're going to have downforce that's actually pushing on the panel. It's not going to want to, I mean, it could potentially still try to fly away, but it's mainly going to deflect, give some downforce, push it down. The main thing that you have to worry about is lift from the back. That's why all of these are on a 45-degree angle into the clay. So if I try to lift on this with all of my might, I'm not moving this. It's not going anywhere. Did some calculations with AI, and this would handle 100-mile-an-hour winds. I'll do some tests and take one of my broken panels, set it up the same way, and then take my excavator, and then I'm going to pull up on it and see if the panel frame breaks, if the eco-worthy mount breaks, or if it pulls it out of the ground. Okay, so now the fun part. So took this damaged panel, put the four stakes in the ground, set up everything identical to my other panels. So what I'm going to do is use my excavator to try to pull on it, and we're going to see how quickly the stakes come out of the ground, if there's any damage to the eco-worthy mounts, and then also damage to the solar panel besides the cracks that are in the front. So I'm going to show you this real quick so you know I'm not cheating, and we'll go ahead and begin. Okay, so total of four stakes, two on each side. So you see none there. Here's the first one, And then there's the second one, nothing on the back. Same here. You see the one stake, none in the back, nothing there. There's the other stake, nothing in the front. All right. Here's the panel. As you can see, it's severely damaged. It's not like I'm going to hurt anything. And you can see it's pretty much straight, no damage. All right, so I'm going to put this on the mount, start up the excavator. Going to go ahead and do this. All right, so here we are looking at it. So you see the frame broke on the Eco-Worthy stands. The stakes, that one's pulled out a bit. Same with this one. Once again, there's no other stakes here. This is just those two on that side. And let's see what we got on this side. Here's one stake. See if I could find the other one. Okay, it looks like it did pull the other one out. It would have been there. Ah, there it is with the frame. You can see how the stake got twisted pretty good. And yeah, the frame, so this is destroyed, the mount. So there goes 50 bucks. Let's see where this broke. You see this snapped right here, and it just pulled it straight out. Hopefully you can see that. It pulled it straight out. This side broke completely off. See, the frame got destroyed on the panel. Oh. And here's the front, the carnage of it. So yeah, I think it is safe to say my little mounting of the panels is pretty strong. Grounding, so each one of the panels is grounded together all the way down, every single one of them. And then they're connected here, going across, and then goes all the way back and over and connects to the disconnects that the grounds are all connected together. There's two ground rods that are out here, and then there are, I think I have 4 ground rods at the shop, which then also connects to the 2 ground rods at the house. It's all one big ground. So it's all connected together, which is nice. So it's one massive ground. Other things too to kind of show. Got my disconnect boxes. So it's a simple disconnect box, not much to it. Got my panels come in, connect to my positive bus bar, my negative bus bar, connects to my disconnect, and also to a 500 volt surge protector. This is really to be sacrificed before it actually hits my Midnight Solar SPDs inside the shop. Got my ground bar, and yeah, pretty simple. Weatherproof case, of course. Had a few people that have mentioned that this should be in a bigger case for more working room and a few other suggestions, but you know, for this, I think it's fine. There's kind of another view of everything. so you can see. Lined it up the best that I could, and you know, getting a ton of power that's coming off these. So something else that you're going to notice, I painted the frames from the aluminum silver to black. Helps blend in a little bit better with the black fabric cloth that's underneath, and gives me a little bit of privacy. You might say, why do you have this black fabric cloth that you put down? Honestly, it's weed control. Because if you're mounting these panels on the ground, you don't want to have weeds growing up, because then, if it gets too dry, you could have a potential fire hazard. So I thought if I put the black fabric cloth down, it would mitigate that risk. And so far, it seems to be working pretty well. So hopefully, I'll be able to get at least a few years out of this and then reassess. With it being a larger array, doing a wood mount is going to take some time. At my pace of doing things, it would probably take a year or two to build it all. But this kind of covers me for now until I take the time to reassess. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Thanks again for watching Mike's Garage.